2021. It's been one hell of a ride, and I cannot thank all of you enough for sticking with me on this ridiculous musical journey. We kicked things off in January with my angriest song to date, which was Cancel Freedom, heavily politically charged hip-hop vibes with new metal and hardcore punk influences coming in. It was very, very cathartic to produce, and so many of you contributed gang vocals to the song, even though we're still in lockdown. I really appreciate all of you that put the time in to make that work, and the result was just amazing. A big shout out, of course, to Patrick McDonald, who absolutely nailed the death growl parts on this song. I knew it needed some beefy screams, and he was the man for the job. Absolutely smashed it, and it really just sounds awesome. Obviously, with the subject matter of the song, I spent a good couple of hours on stream with the politics streamer No Justice. She's wonderful. Make sure you go subscribe to her. And to go along with the Cancel Freedom release, my dear friend and professional actor, Maddie Walker, managed to fool a great deal of you who didn't know who she was into thinking she was a reactionary YouTuber doing like a hit piece on me and Confyde in a sort of parody of right-wing grifters on YouTube. And it went down a treat. Honestly, the interplay between people who were in on the joke and those who weren't was delicious, especially when we did the reveal on stream. That was particularly good. Maddie did such a good job of it. And then later on in the year, she joined me, lending her singing talents to a duet that we've been singing together for a long time, Don't Give Up by Peter Gabriel, and the response was just wonderful from so many people giving us lovely comments on the song. It really felt good to immortalize this version, and again, thank you to everybody for going out your way to listen to it, and again, thanks to Maddie for being such a pleasure to work with and such an amazing talent. I really hope you're doing well. And in case Cancel Freedom had not been political and contentious enough, in comes Unicef Kingdom. Another stylistic curveball, bringing in indie and blues slide and arena rock, combining that with some hardcore influences too. It focused very much on the disconnect between the vacuous nationalism we see portrayed by government and the media against a backdrop of food poverty, stagnant wages and rising living costs. I was particularly overjoyed with the reaction to the music video. We all worked so hard to make that happen. It was the most ambitious one yet, with multiple actors in there. Jay Hillier once again proving himself to be a complete genius. So thank you once again to Cara, Bertie, Fraser, and of course Maddie, who reprised her character from the previous single. This concept could not have happened without you, and I really appreciate your dedication to showing the world that you cannot, in fact, eat flags. It all culminated in a 12-hour live stream performance that I did to raise money for the Trussell Trust, who do amazing work getting food to the people that need it here in the UK and campaigning to fight against the causes of food poverty. And we absolutely smashed the goal of £600. We raised £724 for the Trussell Trust by incentivising that I play some classic albums in full from start to finish. So to everyone that tuned in and donated, thank you so much for that. August saw the return of Chop Suey, the System of a Down tribute. It was a really intense but amazing tour with my buddies Joyzy, Archie, Sam and Tom. I felt like myself again, getting up on stage to perform live with a band. I was back home and it all came to a head when we headlined Rock City, and honestly it was a dream come true to see all your faces out there and to be on that stage. Honestly, unforgettable night. And all the while I was working on the next single, which was Sweet Nothings. This song was difficult to put out for a number of reasons. It was intended to explore the ways that people end up invested in ideas or institutions that are ultimately harming them through manufactured consent and gaslighting, and I ended up regurgitating some emotional abuse from my past that I didn't realise had really been there and had sort of pushed down. So to all the people who reached out in private to share their stories, you have no idea how much that means to me. So to accompany this haunting, Deftonesy, slap bass driven psychedelic track, We had the most ambitious music video so far, and this almost broke me, and a couple of other things too, and the end result was better than I could have ever imagined. Thank you so much again to Jay, for Melissa and Cara for coming back to reprise their roles from previous music videos, and to Nikita Kraft for saving the day and coming on to perform her part with less than 24 hours notice. Wow. This was the first time that we'd shot an alternate ending. Mel, Cara and I had invested so much time in building the narrative for this story, it felt only right that we give it a second conclusion. Also, in October, I was extremely lucky to hit the Rescue Room stage in support of the amazing artist John Gom. Wow. Thank you so much to everyone who not only came out to support me as my biggest show yet as a solo artist, but also to everybody who commented and showed so much love on that post that I put in the Facebook event where John had allowed local artists to apply directly to open for him, and you guys made it happen. Hell yes, thank you. But the intensity was not letting up, because the next release was 8 years in the making, and it was the official music video for Forever Wild by Esme Knight. A song that her and I sing together. We've been performing it together, as I say, for almost 8 years. This is her magnum opus. It's been a long road to get here and to finally have the immortalized visual accompaniment to this song. Watching the final draft was simply breathtaking. It was another exhausting 8-hour shoot, but I think all of us should be so proud of what we achieved here. Not just myself and Esme and Jay, but also Chris, who played the woodcutter in that video, as well as Nanook and his owners. Honestly, it's an incredible piece of work, and if you haven't listened to Esme before, please do. This was another stylistic turn, of course. This is an epic folk ballad about Red Riding Hood. There's fiddle and violin in there, there's mandolin. It's just a beautiful piece of work. And to cap the year off, after a good 6 to 8 months of rehearsing, it was the first full band Confyde gig for 6 years, with the brand new lineup featuring Dan Brown on drums, Jeff Sladen on guitar, and Jack Chamberlain on the bass. And it was a low pressure, semi-private gig to take the pressure off that first performance a little bit, and I honestly cannot wait to take this out on the road and to show you guys the noise we've been making. So, folks, it's time for 2022. There's going to be more music. There's going to be some gigs, some full band gigs. I've got so much in the pipeline, but I can't divulge it all at once. But in the meantime, I have put together a song made out of all the names of everybody who has supported me and Confyde so far this year. So whether that's if you've bought a piece of merch, if you've bought tickets to a show, if you've come to a show, if you've helped me out on social media, if you donated to the Unicef Kingdom fundraiser, can't believe I forgot that. Me a favour, if you've helped me out along as part of this journey, this is for you. And instead of just reeling off names on the screen, I thought I would do what I do, which is sing and play the guitar. So here it is. I really hope you enjoy it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Follow me on all the socials, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp, all that stuff. This song is going to become available on Bandcamp
exclusively for subscribers.
But yeah, really hope you enjoy it. I hope the new year is going to bring you loads of joy and success. And again, thank you, everybody. I never want to take any of you for granted, and I would not be here without you. So lots of love, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Mwah! Christine, Dimmer, David, Everett, Jenny, Hale, Cara and Paul Wild, Burton, Reese, Coops, William Gooch, Amelia, Martin, Andrew, Darby, David, Bedlam, Dawn, Carla, Denise, Paul, Emily, Sterling, Enza, Chanel, Matthew, Giles, Rogers, Hannah, Sally, Heather, Beardsley, Benjad, Armstrong, Jeanette, Reed, Jason, Hall, Jen, Higley, Richie, Jonathan, Bradshaw, Simon Tugwell, Steve Terry, Torben Schmidt Hansen, Luigi Alan Jackson, Aidan Howard, Chris Patton Ford, Daniel Hayes, David Salter, Esme Knight, Yves C. Frank, Ian Bold, James Shedcliffe, Jane Roberts, John Finch, Kerry Johnston, Mark Reeves, Mark Ashcroft, Matthew Allenson, Melissa Daniel Ward, Paul Freeman, Rosie Brake, Simon Casby, Sam Potter, Sarah Beardsley, Simon Deegan, Sophie Mapp, Paul Beck, Andre, Joycey, Betsy Black, Daniel Brown, Emma Butters, Fraser, Stanko, Josh Phillipson, Helena Jackson, Jack Chamberlain, Jeff Slater, Madeline Walker, Melissa Crane, Natalie Palmer, Nikita Kraft, Patrick McDonald, Alex Fletcher, Pete Battersby, Ben Rose, Spencer's Brett Ewan, Sharon McCluskey, Craig Wildy, Daniel Shipman, Dathan Hodge, Joe Clark, Hannah Bourne, Haley Rocks, John Shelton, Carrie Ann Austin, Kyle Ken, Matt Garrett, Melanie Boker, Melinda Wild, Nick Lowry, Michael Upton, Paul Gore, Rachel Storer, Richard Bexton, Ruth Me, Sophia Franks, Sophie Ray, Sven Boonen, A.D. Broker, Badger Braddis, James Cunning, Tristan Teenan, Catherine Bennett, Christina Lukin, Anna Bates, Kath Chidley.